What is going on, nerds? Today I'm playing Banette Dusknoir with Budew. So Banette, for a 1 psychic, does 30 damage, and our opponent can play item cards from their hand next turn, which is, of course, always been known to be a good effect. But the biggest problem was, if you go second, this is a stage 1, so you can't really get it up fast enough. So you can't, like, evolve to it going second unless you get lucky with the Splitter Salvatore. Meaning going second, you either have to do that, or get a coin flip on Shuppet for item lock. And also, Shuppet requires an energy, so you also have to have switching option in the Shuppet. So just setting up an attack if you ever go second is a pain, and often decks will be able to set up if you don't get that second, because then they could just rare candy up their setup, or just, even if it's not a rare candy deck, set up a lot, because they have no turns of item lock. So Budew, not you, Budew, coming into the format allows you to very easily lock your opponent immediately out of the game, which makes it significantly better, which is good. And then of course there's just Dusknoir. So kind of the strategy, like let's say I'm fighting from like Dragapult, I Dusknoir their Dracloaks when they evolve them up, and because they're item locked, they can't candy straight to Pult. Therefore, any Dracloaks that go down are gone. And anything else can't get set up because they're item locked, which completely locks them out of the game, and eventually they run out of enough Dracloak before they can't even set up. Also, interesting inclusion from last time I played this deck is Tulip. Gets back 4 in a combination of Psychic Pokemon and Psychic Energy. Just kind of cool because you can get back a bunch of Dusknoirs at once, and there's some other options you can get back too. You can get back a new Banette after your opponent maybe got lucky enough to knock one out, and a Dusknoir, and another Duskull, and a Psychic Energy to attack. Like, there's so many things you can do with that Tulip. It's kind of amazing. And tournament will start any second now. Hopefully it goes well. I think my chances should be pretty solid. Alright, round 1. I'm fighting against Gordingo. Well, for item lock, they can't use Superior Energy Retrieval. So. That should be a fine matchup because of item lock. So, yeah, this should work out. Alrighty. Just gotta wait for my opponent to accept my request. And then I will be able to get into the game. So, he needs to accept. Has he accepted yet? Naturally, no. Let me restart the game. Live kind of fixed it, where you don't always have to restart the game with a request, but it's still easier because sometimes you do. You know, if you want to get into a match. We love this client. My opponent has 1 Gengar. Huh. That's very interesting. Dingo. I'm not quite sure what it's for. What does attack do? I mean, I guess it's just an attacker and, like, mimic you? Maybe? It's kind of interesting. Good luck to you, sir. Opponent shows heads, and now he's flipping. Tails. I think I go first with this deck still, right? Yes, because I want to get Dusknoir set up as early as possible, and also it's me extra turn to set up and evolve to Banette and everything. So it definitely seems like I go first. I like for Retreat as a starter. It is a 2-prizer, which is maybe slightly annoying, but probably fine. I would love to get a board wipe set up if I can. Of course, requires a good bit of resources, but Squawkabilly actually has a good chance of getting me there. Or if it doesn't get me all the way there, it'll get me close to there. Attack to the Shuppet, and Squawkin sees my hand away for a brand new, beautiful hand. That is quite good. Alakazam is interesting. if I want to stall something on the bench, but there's nothing that I really care that I guess stalling on the bench is solid, but I also can recover it. I feel like I want a second Duskull because I want to see if I can board wipe him really aggressively and quickly, and with this hand, it seems very doable. Which is why I always feel like Ultra Balling for a second Duskull is fine. There's technically a chance I'd miss Banette, but even if I do, I think I'm okay. And I'll end my turn. So, if I could technically donk him if I can set up enough. I've worked the first for Candy Dusknoir. If I can get another one, I might be able to win. Poffin does get 2 Pokemon, but he's going to need more than just 2 if he wants to avoid being donked. Patches. Iono. There goes my Dusknoir, my Candy, but he does give me 6 new cards, which is actually a bigger hand than I had before. So in theory, it's good. Very interesting. Probably not ideal, but very interesting. I do have Night Stretcher in hand, actually, which guarantees a Dusknoir, so that's cool. Monkey Dory is kind of a pain. But it's also something I can easily stall now that I think about it. Because how many ways does he have to switch? He plays 1 switch. But he's item locked, he can't use that. So actually, Gus Monkey Dory item lock seems kind of insane here. Because it just pretty much guarantees he misses an attack. First I'll PokéStop though. Oh, discarding Buddy is actually interesting. Probably gonna Poffin for the other Budew, but yeah. So Poffin for a Budew. The slightly annoying thing is I don't actually have a Banette set up, but that's generally okay right now. I probably could have opened up another spot if I had killed the Dusknoir before using the Poffin. And then I could have Poffin another Duskull onto the bench. That would have been the smarter way to sequence this, but it's probably okay. Or at least I hope it is. Kill you. You both can take a prize. And I'm going to guarantee that he at least misses an attack for 1 turn. Any more than that is definitely not a guarantee, but it's okay. Chrome Catcher the Monkey Dory. Could Nest Ball. What do I Nest Ball for? Probably just another Duskull, maybe? Seems like, yeah, another Duskull is the way to go, because Dusknoir is just insane. I would love to burn my hand of enough pieces in order to draw with Mew. It would require using switches. Although, to be fair, I'm not worried about using up switches, so I actually think I'm fine using double switch to get this out of the active and back in. Just because it will allow me to draw some cards with Mew. And that's just good. Exactly. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I can Gnaw again if I want. I don't even hate Gnawing again. Like, just seems pretty solid. Also empties my hand, which is also cool. And I still know he's missing an attack this turn. All the item lock, indeed. Two knockouts with Nor immediately is also kind of insane. What's a prize? Psychic Energy, that's good. Poffin for another Duskull. And Itchy Pollen. Oh, that's kind of mean, but it's fun. Now let's see what my opponent does under item lock. Also, because I'm getting so many prizes, Iono could kind of cook him. Stop it, he's already dead. Sorry, I have to keep Gnoring. I can't just stop. He does have double Gildango set up, which is actually a little bit annoying. Although most likely manageable. Also not a huge fan that I got rid of my PokéStop, although I'm not surprised by it. That's coin bonus. The thing is, he could start taking knockouts and stuff, and if he finds enough Gus along with the knockouts, he could actually cause me problems. But if I can keep him item locked, I should be fine. Honestly, I feel like I just double Nor one of these and Poltergeist the other, and that just wins me the game. Now, that's somewhat easier said than done. Hallie down. My dog is getting up underneath me. Cypher Maniac. So, I mean, the Cypher Maniac's kind of annoying, actually. In theory, I'll be somewhat okay, but it is annoying. Of course, the Adrenaline is also annoying, but in a different way. Shuppet? Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. I was expecting him to put it on Budew, so he could try to go towards killing the Budew, but I guess he didn't. This is interesting, because Confusion's kind of fun. Like, I don't need more on Shuppet at this point, right? I don't see any reason. I mean, I guess there is technically reason to have more on Shuppet, but not any reason I care enough about. Now, my biggest thing is, you're probably going to Gust knock out my only Shuppet here. That's my expectation. And that is kind of a pain. I mean, it's not like a loss. It's just annoying. So, we'll see how it goes. The thing is, he does need both the Metal Energy and the boss. I don't even know if he has both. It's possible he doesn't. And if he doesn't, I should be golden. Really, the only issue is if he has all the pieces he wants. Patches of Metal. Does he have the boss in hand? The good thing is, if he does use the boss, I mean, it uses up the boss, so. Also, have to keep item locking him. He can't use Superior Energy Retrieval, which is very relevant. Yeah. Oh yeah, coin bonus guarantees he draws a boss if we put it up there. But the good thing is he only plays 2 boss. The bad thing is he might use that boss to go after 2-prizer. Or he might use it to go after Shuppet. He does go after the Shuppet, okay. I actually think I prefer him to go after the Shuppet. Weirdly. No. I can't both Gust and I actually, he goes ahead, doesn't he? So I can use both a Gust and Iono if I see fit. You should be able to going to go. What? Ultra Ball away this. Get the Fezandipiti. Bloodmoon's a very interesting closer in this matchup. But first, I'm just going to draw as many cards as I can. Iono, please. Not an Iono. Oh, that's actually awful. Also, at free odds, I kind of bench locked myself. There's nothing else I can fit on my bench now. Which is kind of probably a mistake. There's the Iono. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have bench locked myself like that. There's a good chance that it works out because of the fact that there's still options to win the game and stuff. Like, if I kill a Dusknoir, it opens up a bench space for Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Which certainly means I still have a chance if I can just open up that bench space. Because Double Nor Bloodmoon should just win the game, but I do need to find the pieces to get Double Nor Bloodmoon. Which admittedly is easier said than done. Also, if he kills a Budew, I can't really, like, just hit into the Gholdengo like I want to. What's my thing I do if he does that? Could retreat, but then all he needs is Superior to take 2 prizes. I think I still have to Itchy Pollen, but it is annoying. This should be winnable, though. I mean, the chances are he has a knockout, but after that, who knows what he has. Because I think he needs a good bit to still win the game after that. Like, yes, knockout is annoying because I can't go Double Nor to kill. But I can go, like, Clop to Bloodmoon, and that could certainly cause him problems. Because then he has to be able to kill the Bloodmoon, which is not particularly easy for him. Especially when I Iono him to 1. He passes! Oh my gosh, wait, does that mean I just win this turn? I need a Dusknoir. I need a Dusknoir and I win this turn. Wait, actually, I can't fully kill Gholdengo, can I? I was thinking that I could, but I technically, even if I double Duskus, I don't kill Gholdengo. But it seems like I hurt him enough that I still likely win. Night Stretcher does get me the Nor. I mean, this seems solid still. I think it's safe to double Nor, even though it doesn't immediately win the game, technically. Just the fact that I can Iono him to such a small hand does seem really good. And Bloodmoon is 260 HP, so I mean, even with a Superior, he's not fully KOing it. Does he bring up the Gholdengo, is another question. Or does it bring up the Dory? He probably brings up the Gholdengo. That's the correct option. But if he brings up the Dory, I'm happy. He does bring up the Denga. Now, I kind of want to find a counter catcher if I can. If I can't, this is still certainly winnable. But I do want to find... Except there are no counter catchers in deck. My only one is in the discard. Oh, okay. That's a little annoying. So what do? We're definitely popping a Shuppet out of the deck. I'm just gonna have to Iono to 1 and hope it kind of sticks. And the thing is, I expect it will. So. I mean, technically, Coin Bonus does draw 2 cards, and PokéStop could find the pieces, and that's what's terrifying. Is I could still lose this game, because Bloodmoon is not enough damage to just win. It's close. Very close, but it's not enough. Item locking is an interesting concept. If I can set up a Banette X and item lock for, like, a turn to stay alive, that's also good. Thing is, essentially, he just needs off of draw. I mean, he's down 2 metal, but he needs a metal and a random energy, and he has so much energy left that I feel like it's very likely he finds that. So I think, actually, Bloodmoon's more likely to win the game here. Although, if I bring up Bloodmoon, it will not be able to get out of the active, is another thing to consider. Yeah, I'm realizing Bloodmoon can't get out of the active after it attacks. Can it? So it's just going to be trapped for a turn, isn't it? Oh, that's actually a problem. Well, I could Banette Duskull as well. And that could be an option, although he does play Switch. Oh, this is actually sketchy. I should have at least put down a Duskull. That would have been smarter. He can Fez. Oh boy. I know what's best to do that turn. Maybe there's many arguments of other plays I should have made instead of what I did. This is actually sketchier than I expected. I mean, what, he has a 6-card hand now? I think 6 cards is pretty likely to be enough. I don't know for sure, but... He conceals. Oh my gosh. Well, he's used all his draw. So I just have to hope he doesn't have it. But even if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have to kill Bloodmoon this turn is the problem. Of course, it's preferable for him to kill Bloodmoon, but if he doesn't, it can't attack 2 turns in a row. So. Ultra Ball away Gengar and Heavy Ball. Okay, what do you get? He's also probably going to PokéStop. He's probably thinning before using PokéStop. Then that's what top deck makes it sketchy. Yeah, well, it's sketchy either way. Superior, oh no. If he already has a Superior, he probably wins. Does he have 2 Superiors? He likely does, because he hasn't played any this game. Actually, how many energy were in his discard already? I think there was enough to win. Touches the monkey. Oh. Oh, he kills Budew. Oh, shoot. I see. GG. Yeah, I was not used to that. Oh my gosh. I gotta learn how to play Banette better. Also, I feel like that is just a weird matchup. So, I think I could have played it better. What I do differently is, I just attack with Budew and lock him out for a turn. He can't Nest Ball like he did there. He just has to draw with Goldengo. And then I set up the Netty X and hit him for 30. Dark just wins with Monkey. Yeah, you're correct. I didn't even consider that. So what I should have done is continue item locking him for a turn. Hope he kind of bricks. Next turn, set up the Netty X. Use the Netty X to item lock him and do 30 damage. He still likely can't set up Monkey because it's hard for him to find the dark energy just naturally. And then hit him for Banette X and put 30 on him, and then finish off with Bloodmoon for game. So it would have taken a little longer, but I could have probably won that if I just go for lock. But yeah, you're correct, that Monkey wins. Admittedly, I think I could play that better, but that's alright. Definitely my first time playing the deck in a long time, so I've never played in this format. That's alright. 13 minutes on the next match, that is probably enough time to play a little match of the ladder. That was interesting. Fair enough, though. Alright. Alright, my opponent's slipping. Let's see heads. And you get to decide who goes first. Alright, this is not a tournament match. This is just a fun one in between the tournament matches that I, in theory, have time to finish. Interesting. Kinda weird. I'm starting with Fez because technically it has a lower retreat cost. But this is sketchy. So I feel like I have to go straight into Budew, but that's kind of an... Oh, gosh. Am I fighting another Goldango on ladder? Ursaluna, okay. That actually is probably even worse. I don't think Ursaluna cares about item lock, and Dusknoir doesn't do much damage to it. And doesn't play enough trainers. Jeez, this is a sketchy matchup, but... maybe I can win it. Okay, PokéStop is really good. I think I'll PokéStop first, actually. There we go, and I'm back in the game. Thank goodness, I'm back in the game! Okay, you too. And... you. Heated Vessel for 2 energy, right? Yeah. Switch to Budew. Alakazam is interesting. Maybe I should put more consideration to that last game, because that actually would have been useful, possibly. What are the chances he Ionos me? I kind of want to hold the Ultra Ball, so I'm just gonna, Pollen. There we go. In theory, I can board wipe him enough next turn. Just snipe his only Duraludon. And I can likely win the game. Just need Noir on Duraludon, which, to be fair, is a little bit reliant on PokéStop luck. There's also an argument that I go for Squawkabilly last turn, but I kind of like my hand. Ugh. Well, that's actually just pain. So he knocks out Budew. Well, if he gets a huge hand, then in theory he gets a lot of items, right? And the more items he has in hand, the better my chance of winning this. Although I actually didn't attach a head, so I can't Poltergeist this turn. That may have been a misplay. Or I could discuss another Duraludon, actually. Oh, if I'm going to guess Duraludon, I probably should have brought something else up, because I'm probably going to Prime Catcher. Anyway, PokéStop. Interesting. Kind of weird. But yeah, I'm realizing I'm probably going to Prime a Duraludon. Actually, I might Prime a Fezandipiti. There's something to buy a turn. I guess Duraludon's higher retreat cost, so probably Duraludon. Of course, he's pretty close to powering it up. Brand new Ursaluna, which is annoying. Kind of cooking myself. Because it's a bit hard to prime when I have to get right back out of the active. It means I probably have to, like, Night Fetcher for Budew just so I have a Fruit Creator. Oh, I forgot I can Fez. Okay, I'll Fez. Goodness. Okay. I don't hate that. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball and PokéStop for a Nor. And now I can kind of safely maneuver with Prime. Because Nor can get me back out of the active. Prime up the Duraludon. Candy to Nor. Nor, probably the benched Dura? Or the Fez. Kind of like the Fez, actually. Doesn't give me a prize, but that's fine. Gets to select a prize card. Surprise is taking so long to select a simple prize card. Bring up you. Put down you. I'm gonna research, so I might as well stretch her back some things. Get back like Duskull. Alakazam's an interesting thing to recover, because it could move damage off Fezandipiti and set up some actually interesting plays. Fezandipiti does not need that much on it. Of course, good to have the damage on the Fez, but it doesn't need as much as it has right now. Research. That's pretty good. I can even kill the other Ursaluna if I want. Don't. Or I could just kill the Fez. Or I could kill nothing and try to do 2 big hits in the same turn. But he might gust my Duskull if he has enough pieces, so I will kill the Fez now. It also opens up a bench space on my side. This is looking pretty good. Because he can't win this turn. But actually, I'm realizing if he hits hard enough, Bloodmoon isn't finishing him off right now. I actually realize Bloodmoon isn't finishing him off at the current moment, so... probably misplayed that at least slightly. This can just give me another Duskull. Or it could give me the Bloodmoon ahead of time. What are the chances of him getting a KO? Pretty high, I think. Dusknoir does just kind of win the game here as well. I don't know what I'm doing, man. It's alright. I'll figure it out as I play, and by the end of the tournament, I'll probably be playing better. Alrighty. I'm always item locked. He evolves to a new arch. I guess technically he doesn't kill me unless he has to have an attachment hand and a boss turret. Oh. Well, that in fact gets him out of the active, but at least he can't boss if he does that. I could just fully kill his Ursaluna on Dusknoir. And then Darkness. This is actually an interesting concept. Could also just try to hit with Poltergeist. Oh yeah, Dusknoir plus Burning Darkness does in fact KO. Which is interesting to consider. Because that does just seem like a solid strategy to do here. Of course, if I don't pull it off, it's sketch. Iono. Maybe I should have Nord first to give him a smaller hand off Iono now that I think about it. Sir, what is happening with your Iono? Hey, why is the game frozen? Okay. One live, goodness. For Alligator's play for Trip Lane, unfortunately it's too much of a tie deck. I'm gonna play Terrorbox. I think for Alligator's a tie deck, I agree with that. So, not playing for Alligator definitely seems fine. I mean, the deck's not awful, but I definitely agree with the term tie deck. Can't believe I don't have a switching option. I was hoping I had an easy way to get out of the active. If I hit him for 30, he's not even quite in range of Bloodmoon. He's close to in range of Bloodmoon, but he's not. And then he just KOs me, and I'm kind of in a sketchy situation. I was kind of expecting a little more than I got. And now I might be cooked. But I mean, I guess I don't know how to play this deck anyway, so I'm not surprised I'm cooked. That seems like a mistake, maybe. Because I could just go, like, lock. And then Alakazam things over for a little while if I wanted, Iono. Metal Defender. But yeah, I mean, he has no energy in the discard anymore, so I just lock a Duraludon. And just keep using Radiant Alakazam to move damage over. Until eventually I'm able to win the game. Actually, his Ursaluna can't even just one-hit me. So actually, literally, I can just go enough, just barely enough damage for Bloodmoon to win the game. I can actually... Oh, I probably should have Fez first, but that's okay. Banette... Oh, I meant to get Duskull so I can kill Banette. Because killing Banette to get things back is just good. Especially when I want to get back a Gus pretty badly. But I kind of messed it up. Dang it. Okay. If only I could stop Clops and retreat. Yeah, I can't Clops without losing the game, but would be nice to Clops here for sure. PokéStop. I'm a little upset because I actually don't think I have a Gust. Actually, do I even play Boss? I'm realizing I can't Gust him back in the active, like, easily at all anymore. Which is gonna be a pain. I should have at least made room for the Banette to set up that thing. Because that would be very helpful to have access to. But I accidentally filled my bench the wrong way, and now I don't. So. Yikes. Luminion. Oh boy. And if I have Banette on the board, I could just immediately guarantee another Iono. Oh, he Turos? Yep. I could guarantee another Gust after that Turo as well. But instead, I cooked myself because I didn't set up Banette. Actually, not another Gust. Why are you trying to draw so much? You're going to deck out fast? Well, I'm not trying to deck him out, technically. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know how to play this deck. I'll admit. For the Turo, I also don't have anything I can move over with Alakazam. What do I even do here? I so screwed up by not just putting down another Shuppet on the bench. I don't know why I did that. And now I think I kind of lose. I mean, I can technically attack with Bloodmoon, like, once. And it will break his lock, but at least his hand is probably kind of dead. And of course, if I... Oh, wait, it's free. I'm conceding. Like, if I switch, I can't get back. I can't switch back. Because I'm down too many switches now. Yeah, I literally have lost myself the game guaranteed at this point. Because I can't get out of the active twice. And he just kills Bloodmoon. What am I doing? Anyway, 30 seconds till the next tournament match. Maybe I'll actually learn how to play this deck for once. Oh my goodness. NT? I don't know what that means. Alright, got the free deck. I don't think they give you credits for these decks where they used to, which is weird. Anyway. I don't know what NT means. Anyway, next match starts any second now. Hopefully I actually play it correctly. I guess... How am I supposed to play this deck? It's kind of weird. Kind of hard. I think I streamed Banette Dusknoir before and made the same mistakes. I never learn, I never learn. Anyway, when is the match going to start? I guess they're waiting on either a judge call or just turning over the next match. It should start any second now, in theory. Come on. And maybe I will fight something that's not just like a single metal attacker. Like Ursaluna or Gholdengo. I want to fight like an evolution deck that I can item lock and then know other important pieces. Or I just want to donk. That'll be fun. Nice try. Oh. Gotcha. I don't know. Don't think it was that nice of a try. Just because I still gotta get used to this deck. But I can still make this. Like, it's actually crazy how many tournaments I lose the first match and then make top cut. Although this one doesn't have a top cut, to be fair. So I'm never winning this event, but I could still get in top 8. It's just really funny the amount of events where I lose the rest of the game and then just win out from there. Even won $500 recently, losing the first game, and that was the only match I lost the entire event. I'm fighting Dragapult Dusknoir. This is probably a better matchup. And I sent a request to my opponent. Let's hope he can accept it and get into the game and win it all. Alright, quit the game. Play and deck out Monday? I might do that this evening. More likely I'm playing Sunny's Weekly, which is a little bit earlier in the day. But yeah, that'll be 2 streams today, but I might be willing to. It depends on how I feel. But yeah, probably more likely I'd do Sunny's Weekly, which is similar tournament, just slightly earlier in the day. Oh. What was that about? Oh. He sent me a challenge at the same time. I have to go accept his, because you... There we go. Live is a pain. Good luck. Alright. Now it's a coin flip. Flipping the coin. Heads. Is he going first or second? He's going first, and that is why I played Budew. Used to going first just kind of cooked Banette. But now Budew means probably fine. Shuppet's still probably the optimal starter here. I'm starting to want to be switching into Budew if I can, but you should start doing stream series called Preparing for Atlanta Regionals. That's a kind of cool idea. The problem is I'd have to do it in the rotation format, and rotation hasn't happened yet. But after rotation, like, because rotation is 2 weeks before Atlanta, I could do a lot of streams, playing every possible deck that could be meta at Atlanta. Now, I've already picked, I'm playing my interesting Zard list to Atlanta, but it could still be fun to stream. I feel like I do research, because I don't want to Iono him. Oh, Squawk is what I get here, actually. And then I research, followed by Squawk. If I need the Squawk. Looks as though I'll probably do. Or I can manually retreat, which is a cool thing that I can do with this list. Whereas before you couldn't manually retreat because you can't use Enveloping Shadow if you manually retreat. Ultra Ball is interesting because I'm about to Squawk my hand anyway, right? I mean, it can just give me another Shuppet. It could give me a Mew EX to set up more or something. I think Shuppet's probably fine. I like having another backup attacker. So it seems like Shuppet's the way to go. Of course, Mew EX would be drawing me 3 cards here, but this is good. It's gonna be a mod, I won't let you down. I could try to set it up. I don't know exactly how YouTube mods even work, but yeah. I see no issues with you being a mod. But I have to set it up in a sec. Do I retreat or do I switch? Switch allows me to keep an energy in play, but I kind of like having this resource for later. The problem is I actually don't have a guaranteed another energy, unless I Night Switcher for it, and that's why I think I switch. Pollen. You let himself down, so it's okay if you let him down. I told Shuppet to shove it. Oh, JDX. I think you told a lot of things. You also said the same thing about Zard JDX, so... I mean, the good thing is, at least I'm not playing meta this time. I'm trying to do this to add you as a moderator, Arctic, but it's not really working how I want it to on OBS, so I have to go into YouTube Studio. Drakloak. But yeah, it would be good. I mean, the good thing is I don't normally have problems in chat. People are actually nice. So I don't necessarily need a moderator most of the time, but every once in a while, might. And I can trust you. No trolling, Arctic. You're a standard moderator. Alright, Crispin. He's more set up than I'd like. But the good thing is I can kind of wreck him with Nors. If I just Nor his cloaks, he should be cooked. In theory. So, he did item lock me back, which is actually a pain. I should have Ultra Balled for the evolution. Oh, shoot. I should have Ultra Balled for the Banette EX so I can immediately kill his Budew. That would have been smarter, actually, because if I Ultra Ball ahead of time for Banette EX, I can just kill his Budew. And not have this dumb debacle where he's about to set up and just actually kill Shuppet. No, that was a mistake. Probably a pretty costly one, too. Because if I Ultra Balled for Banette, Banette kills Budew here. You probably should have played Ultra Ball, right? He Buddled you. Yeah, exactly. I definitely should have. Yeah, it was a mistake. I don't know why I played it that way. The good thing is it's not, like, over because of that. It was just dumb. The problem is, he just gets that Pult up before I can even evolve to the Banette. And he gets a knockout that he... Otherwise, I wouldn't have to worry about this knockout, but now... See, Now I'm cooked. Oh no. What do I do now? Also, how did he have all that in his hand? That's crazy. Ugh. I mean, technically, if I use double Dusknoir, I can get Bloodmoon up this turn and knock out both of these. That's how I win. That's how I win. I win with Bloodmoon. I can win. I'm still good. It's actually kind of crazy that I'm totally still in it. I do need to find another candy. Fezandipiti is a good way to do that. Bloodmoon's in deck, right? Did I prize Bloodmoon? Oh no! I don't play Heavy Ball when I prize Bloodmoon. What do I do now? Oh no, Bloodmoon's in the discard. Never mind. I thought I prized it. Oh, thank goodness I didn't prize it. If I prized it, that's so much worse. Fez. Candy? Another stretcher is actually good. Dusclops. Put 60 on him. He's not quite in range of Bloodmoon if I do that. Right? Yeah, he's close, but not quite. PokéStop. Can I trust you to find me a candy? No candy! Dang it. Clops brings up 60. That's not in range of the Bloodmoon. Which is really annoying. It's so close. I mean, I have to be able to draw more cards. How do I do? I guess I have to take a prize off the Dracloak, right? If the prize card is good enough, I'm still in the game. Even if it's not, Bloodmoon attack is still solid as a thing I can do in this game. Take a prize. What is it? Vessel is interesting. It's not particularly what I was looking for, but it is interesting. If I can empty my hand enough, that also does give options. Because if I empty my hand enough, what that will allow me to do is draw with Mew-EX. How do I empty it? I have to be very careful with what I discard so that I don't empty too many things. But I also empty most things. I have to empty my whole hand, basically. I have to burn as many resources to be exact and draw 3 cards with Mew if I can, or at least nearly 3 cards. So I can burn you easily. But I will fail you. Mew-EX is definitely just going on the bench. Vessel away the Clops. That is a little bit of a sketchy fly, but it's probably okay. It allows me to thin out the Psychic Energy, which will go attached to Bloodmoon. Now, technically, there's a chance that this backfires. Go to you. Probably get rid of PokéStop because I will not be item locking him this turn. And draw 2 cards and hope I find candy. If I find candy, I'm good. It's not a candy, but that's actually really solid. The problem is if I research, I do lose quite a bit. Does my deck have enough? It has another stretcher and has more candies. I think this is good. That was much worse than I expected. I was expecting at least a stretcher. Maybe I prized my last stretcher, actually. So. Wait, I actually missed an attack this turn, don't I? Because I didn't get to Clops even. I have to Clops at least to get an attack here. So, what do I do? Because he kills this. That's definitely a problem. Yeah, it wasn't in deck like I thought it was. And now I don't get an attack, at least not a guaranteed one. Shoot. Itchy Pollen puts 10 on him. Which does put him in range, but in range isn't enough to win. Because it doesn't even put him in range of Dusclops, yeah. I gotta just probably retreat to something that survives, which Fezandipiti technically survives, although he just hits both. I think I just item lock him for another turn. Shoot. Evolve into Clops. The reason I didn't evolve into Clops is that if I had Night Touch or Nor, because Clops is not enough. Because, yeah, it was probably correct to evolve into Clops. I didn't, because if I evolve into Clops, and then I miss the Nor, or if I hit the Nor, I win. Clops doesn't win, because it doesn't set up enough damage. And the Clops also the prizes off the Duskull probably don't matter, although if he was Clops, I would have Nor here. To be fair, I could have just waited and not researched, and it possibly would have just won the game. But now I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna have to, like, hit him with Bloodmoon and just hope it works out. I can't even really put anything else on the bench safely at this point. I mean, he kills both of those. Then I bring up Bloodmoon and I just hit him, I guess. Could also try and power up Mew EX. It's actually kind of a sneakily good attacker. Because it can copy... I mean, it can copy Phantom Dive for one, but there's other things too. I want to make sure I don't deck myself out. I can get back Pokemon to my hand with Tulip, but I can't put them down, at least not yet. But Tulip will get Psychic Energy, Shuppet, and this Banette, I think. Oh, I probably could have Iono'd over Tulip now that I think about it. Because what? He has 4-card hand. A 1-card hand I feel like is more likely to lock him out than... I wanted a Tulip. But yeah, actually Iono would have been smarter here. I'm not playing this well, my goodness. It's Snover. Now it's over. Should have played it safer, you're correct. The Clops was technically the safer play, although he could win. Now if he has Boss, he wins. Now who knows, maybe he doesn't have Boss, but... Definitely should have Iono'd him, because the chance of him having Boss are pretty high. I'm pretty dang sure it switches in my deck, but on the bottom right now. The thing is, I Iono'd a 1, knock out his Dragapult, and I still technically am in the game. The also nice thing is he needs Dusknoir. Dusclops alone is not enough to finish me off for game. Let's see what he does. Attaches Dreepy. Please just hit. He Phantom Dives. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I'm actually in the game. Spreads out the damage, sure. I can even set up the powerful Banette. Actually, Petty Grudge plus Dusclops actually wins the game. That's insane. Petty... Oh, I can kill Budew. I can Alakazam too on the Budew. Because I'm just gonna switch with the switch I find off Iono anyway, because I know switch is in deck. So that seems actually solid, the Petty Grudge. But yeah, I'm pretty dang sure switch is in my deck. Which is interesting. It is in deck, right? Oh my goodness. I don't actually recall if it's in deck anymore. If it's not in deck, I'm cooked. So it better be in there. Pretty dang sure it is, though. Pretty sure it's in the last 2 cards, because I need to reset Bloodmoon. Yeah, it is. Thank goodness. Switch to Mew. Retreat back to Bloodmoon. And use Bloodmoon for the KO. Now, all he needs is a Dusclops to win the game is the problem. Just literally all he needs is Dusclops, because Dreepy does 10 damage. So, why not check with Poffin? My deck is really thin. And if I didn't have that, I had no other play anyway. But maybe I could have checked with it, I don't know. And he wins. No, wow. Holy. I pretty much seal that if I go for the correct way of using the Dusclops, the safe play. Petty Grudge for game. Goodness. Alright. I guess it's good to learn this deck, because I still don't understand how it works. I know it works. I just guess I don't understand how it works. Alright. Coin flip. You need to use Iono instead of Tulip. You are correct. That's also a thing I did. There were so many mistakes I made that game, Arctic. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things I did. Now I'm playing on the ladder. I mean, I think X2 can still make top cut if my resistance is good enough. I'll keep playing, but oh my gosh, I am just off the walls misplaying, and I guess that's okay. If I was playing Zard, I'd probably be playing better, but playing new decks is good still. Alright. Zard. This should be a good matchup, in theory. In theory, of course. Should be good. Poffin. Yeah, Tulip was a tunnel vision play. The Dusclops thing was... I mean, it was debatable that I made the wrong decision. I probably did. Also, why did he play the 50 HP Pidgey? That just cooks him so much. It's just completely the wrong Pidgey. You and you, probably. For a Squawk, I think. Well, Iono to keep those resources. It's fine, though. This deck is bad. Is this deck bad? I mean, it's not an amazing deck, but I think it's still solid. I wouldn't say just straight up this deck is bad. It has some things it can do. I'm just messing up and not doing said things. PokéStop. Interesting. I mean, I got an item lock. I really don't want to research away double candy if I can avoid it. And this ball can probably give me a Shuppet. And hit. Okay. And he's item locked. Alrighty. That's annoying. Steady fire breathing technically is the KO. Which is immediately gonna make me try to find setup. At least he's item locked, so I don't have to worry too much. Also, his 50 HP Pidgey is a huge mistake, because it just dies to Clops really easily. Which is his own fault. Not mid, doesn't beat anything like Polt can item lock better. That's fair, Polt can. Lucky I didn't play the deck with you, LOL. Yeah. I mean, I guess Polt can item lock a lot better. This is a different deck. It's kind of fun as well. It's fun to wipe the board with Dusknoir, but admittedly the problem with Dusknoir, both players take even prizes. So nobody's really winning with Dusknoir when you're both even. So it doesn't really get me ahead. Oh, come on. Game, are you really gonna make me research away this hand? Ugh. And still give me basically nothing? I mean, I guess there's a Banette in my discard. Actually, there's a Banette in my discard, I'm good. Because I can stretch her for the Banette from my discard. Do I just, like, gust a Rotom or something? No, I think I just keep hitting this Charmander. Clops on the Pidgey. Because he plays the 50 HP Pidgey for some reason. I mean, you play 4 Dusk? Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the fact it's even prizes means it just doesn't win the prize trade a lot of the time. I mean, the best thing is that it can kill setup. But if they get lucky enough to set up underneath it, then killing setup doesn't help either. Well, I guess that's not an issue with this deck specifically, just kind of Dusk decks in general. That's why Zard or Polt has some other advantages other than just being able to utilize Dusk. Let's see, this is interesting. Because the Ultra Ball piece is away. I get Fezandipiti, but I don't really want to Ultra Ball pieces away. Just for the possibility of a Fezandipiti. Just doesn't seem worthwhile. Just hit. And lock. You can go Grand Tree and Zard, then you're cooked. Yeah, because you expect ladder players to play Grand Tree. I mean, he might. If he does, I am in fact cooked. But, I mean, on the ladder, I don't expect to see Grand Tree. I've seen some. Go to board wipe and Adamander. Yeah. You're right. I could have put 5 here. killed that one and then knocked out the active. Yeah, that's probably the better way to go about it, actually. Interesting. You're right. I actually had more to wipe out Amander. Well, she doesn't play Grand Prix anyway, right? Because Grand Prix Zard is bad. It just is. I mean, some people play it, but that's just because they're so good at Zard that even if Zard isn't good, they can still do well with Zard. But yeah. I don't think he's playing Grand Prix. I mean, I've seen Amulet of Hope on the ladder, and not like built around Amulet of Hope in a good way, just playing it for seemingly no reason. PokéStop. Nope, that is in fact the attack I'm looking for. Buddy. And now, bye-bye Melian. You will not be missed. I chase the Duskull, because he's probably going to bring out something that I don't want to kill. So just say, hey, I'm going after your Duskull, because you're actually more of an issue than anything else on the board. We both take a... Oh, actually, I guess going after Duskull's still right. But yeah, I could win the game with Bloodmoon. There's probably my win con later. You. Not you. You're gonna gust me. Mew. I mean, I guess if I want to draw with Mew, I do have to put him down. How many switch do I have left? I have a switch left. Let's draw some cards. So. I do like that. Night Stretcher is interesting. Iono is also interesting. Night Stretcher Black, the Bloodmoon. Will be my win con at some point. Iono. He does still just have access to Forest Hill Stone. But I don't think there's anything particularly useful he's getting off of that. At least not right now. Cool. And now we'll see what he does. With such a small hand and item lock. Flip the script. Oh right, I have to take a KO. What is his A spec actually? I don't actually know what his A spec is. He hasn't showed it to me yet. He might not be playing one. Some people on the ladder also don't play A specs at all, which is crazy to me, but we'll see. Who knows? Luminion for Thornton. Good thing Zard can't Grand Tree and Infernal Rain. Stone. Gonna like Thornton away Luminion. And try to set up tree. I don't know why he went tree last one. Puts on Mander. Okay. Cast Defiance Fan. Okay, instant charge. What did he Forest Hill Stone for? He can't Grand Tree this thing. So I just hit it. And then I just win with Bloodmoon right after. Right? Something I'm missing? I don't think so. Might as well Night Stretcher for the energy to go with the Bloodmoon. I wish I could thin my hand of one more card. If I PokéStop, how worthwhile is that? I think as to win, I need the way out of the active, which I guess is Switch, but I also need a Gust. Do I even have a Gust remaining? Countercatcher is in deck. Problem is, if I Countercatcher, I'm not going to be behind in a sec, so I can't even Countercatcher now that I think about it. So that's kind of a pain. I could try and go for some play. Or Radzam means I win this now. I just gotta... If I attack, we're even. But at least I can hit into the... I guess I can hit into the Mander with Bloodmoon and kill it, and then I still probably win. Yeah, that's how I do it. I'm technically not behind, but that should be okay, most likely. This is also the question of if I deck out. Up the script. Got a huge hand there. Hatch, yep. You cannot Grand Tree and fully power up. What are the chances I can't even get out of the active here, actually? Because that's a scary possibility as well. I feel like if he had Grand Tree, he would have used it, although he might have had a prize and put it off. Prizes. Goodness. Yeah, pre-attaching this is probably unnecessary. Thornton? To Radzard? Radzard's not in the discard. So that's not an option to Thornton into right now. The Duskull? Why? Why? What is that Clops doing there? What's he gonna be doing with that thing? That looks sketchy. But I don't really see anything it can do to me right now. It just looks menacing. But yeah, Radzard could just kill Banette here. So I'll probably have to take a prize in order to prevent that from happening. I mean, Poltergeist is just a KO at this point, so I could actually Poltergeist. Or I actually can't Poltergeist because then Radzard, but then he can boss even if I don't. So like, I kill him, he Radzards. But I don't think I have a choice. You still have to get out of the active and Radzard, which is actually a little bit annoying for him. Because he can't, like, Turo or anything, so I go here. Take a knockout. Take a prize. Yep. Now I bring out Fezandipiti. And does he have a win condition? He can't retreat. If he Turos, he can't boss. I'm almost certain I have the switch remaining in my deck. I could Ultra Wall to make sure I'm correct on that. Trolley. Oh, Trolley is a spec. Okay. It's Radzard. He can Turo go into Radzard. Defiance Band is in his discard, however. So I can't use that to kill my Bloodmoon. And if he Turos, he can't boss. And if he retreats, he can't attach to Radzard. And he can't set up Zard to get energy on that. Therefore, I think I have won the game. As long as I did not prize switch. Which, I don't think it's my last prize. I think I win. It's strange. That was correct. Brings up Radzard. This is weird. He just retreated to the Radzard, right? Yeah, so you can't attack with it because you retreated. I guess he's hoping I miss a turn. Which, I mean, if my last prize is the switch, then technically he's correct. Interesting. Countercatcher. Up Radzam. That does stall me, but doesn't seem to help. Because either way, he's wanting a Gust for game. So that doesn't seem to do much for him. Interesting. Seems to do very little. Instant charge. I think I have the switch in deck. I'm assuming he's just hoping I didn't have the switch. That makes sense. But yeah, since this can't attack next turn, it never really makes sense to do the way he did it. Let me just check to make sure my deck has it. It does. PokéStop for the single switch. To the hand. Switch into the Bloodmoon, and Bloodmoon for game. Hoorah! And next match is up. And I'm fighting Terrapago's Zard, which is a bad deck, by the way. Okay. Won that one. Alright, let's do this. Should be able to win this matchup in theory. Should be pretty good. Tails. Opponent won the coin flip and deciding who goes first. Let's see. My opponent will go first. Start with the free retreater. He's playing Zard, which does have the option to technically Clops a Buddy. Honestly, I'm going first, right? Yes. So that kind of allows me to play a little differently, where I don't actually... Not putting a 2-prizer in play does seem kind of nice if I can avoid it. I'm actually gonna not put a 2-prizer in play for once. I don't like losing Prime Catcher immediately to Squawk. But I do like the concept of getting 6 cards because I need cards. That's pretty weak. I was expecting better from the game. That's actually really worrisome. Wait a minute. That could be a problem. Because I might actually... there's a chance I have to get Budew here. I could just miss an attack. I really want Duskull. But I almost feel like I need this because with what I have here, there's a chance I just completely missed Banette because that was a horrible Squawk. Like, actually atrocious Squawk. You know, Mew EX wouldn't help there. Poffin. Alrighty. The one turn he has. Fan Rotom, Charmander. Fan Rotom gets him some setup. His list appears to be completely rotation friendly, which means he does not play double Turbo Energy for the Terrapagos EX. Which immediately makes this matchup feel a lot more winnable. Iono. He does in fact use the Iono. I wasn't sure if he would, so it's probably still correct to put down Buddy, but the fact that he did is like, feels bad. Oh, that's actually crazy. I mean, Not the Hurricane Dusknoir is crazy. But what I'm commenting on that's crazy is that I don't have Banette in hand. Brings out Trap or Fanrotom. Trap, okay. The good thing is Trap is a little bit sketchy for him to power up. And I'm about to item lock him. He's gonna Fan Call. Makes sense. Hoot Hoot, Noctowl, Noctowl. Would love to Iono those to the bottom. I don't think that's an option. But he's about to be item locked, so that's okay. If I can ignore this guy, should get pretty quick. Oh my gosh. That's a very, very good top deck. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that. Well, now they go on the bottom. Yikes. It's still crazy how I don't have the piece I'm looking for yet. Where are you? Game just won't give me the Banette, will it? It's like, nah. No Banette for you, right? Not right now, at least. Sure. Itchy Pollen Budew it is. Thanks, game. At least it's item lock. Oh, angry. Yep. Alright, I just gotta item lock until I set up Dusknoir. Essentially. Catches fire, that's mid. That's lame. Don't do that. Don't be a nasty fire attach. Ooh! Why did he use PokéStop? He's item locked. Hey, I'm happy. Why did my opponent use PokéStop, JG Puffin? Those did not go to my discard pile. That's me, not you. Nerd. Alright, PokéStop. Mid. Mid. Treasure Back Psychic's an interesting concept, but let's do this. Does he have a fire in hand? If he does, he takes KO, but he also goes ahead on prizes. Where's that fire energy? That I'm sure you, so great. Like, he does not have the fire energy. Huge. Okay. It's weird, though. I want to PokéStop first. Interesting. Which are all Poffin and Poffin, I guess. Yeah. For the brunette. The brunette. Evolve up. Vessel away the Shuppet for a psychic energy. And now Banette can start clowning. Which Banette conveniently survives Terrapagos without the Area 0 as well. Which gives some flexibility and stuff. Gives some power. Now I start wiping his board, Terrapagos starts doing less and less damage the more things I kill. So I'm just going to try and kill as many things from his board as I can. Should have probably Ultra Balled for a Duskull? Maybe? Yeah, I should have, probably. It's okay. Boss's orders on. Yeah, that's to be expected. Expected behavior. Always gonna want to stall for the chance of preventing the lock. Not gonna work, but it is expected. PokéStop, find me a candy game. There's even a candy in my deck. I don't even know anymore. You and you. Is there a candy in my deck? There's 3 candies in my deck. Okay, bruh. The game just doesn't want to give them to me is really what it is. Could Night Switcher for a recruiting energy, or I could just switch. I'll just switch. Everlasting Darkness. What would be cool is if I Dusknoir Terrapagos, he's in range of knockout. So I can go Nor, Everlasting Darkness, game. I mean, it's not immediately game, but it's basically game. Especially because he doesn't play Radiant Charizard because he's playing a list that works post-rotation. Tropical Zard is also just bricky. It'll technically require me to find rare candy, but I mean, if I don't find rare candy still, I'm just very unlucky. But yeah, kill, win. There we go. Game took me long enough. PokéStop. Cool. Nordamander. We both get a prize. Game. Pokemon TCG Live. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Live. Please don't. Live! We love a broken client. It freezes when I do the simplest action. Is it frozen for good? Is this just a game loss because it's frozen for good? Now I see why they canceled the tournaments I was going to stream on the weekend. Like the invitational that I got invited to. Because this is live. Do I wait for the timer to tick down? Will the timer tick down, or is it just frozen for good? I think I'm gonna lose because the game is frozen. I hate live with a passion. A huge passion. I don't think this is gonna correct itself. Two, one. Game is still frozen. I have to concede. My opponent wins. Their win con was this, and they got it, bruh. Their win con was the game. Was the game crashing? Yeah. Their win con was the game crashing, correct. That makes me mad. That makes me, like, just angry. Talking to my opponent. It's a pain. Alright. It's alright. I mean, I probably can't make top cut with, like, X2 anyway, so it's like... It sucks. Live sucks. I'm very glad they canceled the tournaments that were over the weekend. There was, like, an invitational tournament. There was, like, a tournament I got invited to that had some prizing, real-life prizing, and another one that had, like, $500 cash prizing. 500 Canadian, but, still. They canceled both of those because this game's so broken. I will drop from the tournament. I think it's kind of ending the stream early, but I mean, 0-3, not a good record. And also, I'm just tired of this client completely just bricking. Trying not to be too tilted about the broken client, so... I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Yes, I went 0-3. At least I managed to beat the the other Charizard, so... And you kind of got to see how the deck works. Try out the list. I bet you can play it better than I can. I mean, I've never really tested it much. It does actually not seem completely awful. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. I may stream later tonight or some other time soon, but yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely be streaming the Late Night Invitational, which currently is scheduled for 2 weeks unless live breaks down. So, March 15th. And then I'll also be streaming the tournament the day after. That's another online tournament with cash prizing. And those are both in 2 weeks, and I'll probably do some streams in between. So look forward to those. And hopefully they're not delayed even more because the live devs can't fix the game, and so they have to delay the tournaments to have real-life prizing. Because you don't want to lose real prizing to a glitch. Anyway. Yeah, man, am I tilted. Ugh.